Audible admiration. I mean, man, I'm supposed to be back at the business. Things got delayed. My ass could have been at the gym. Things going crazy. But that's okay. I got to get out here and make some extra money to make up for some stuff that was unexpected. Man, oh man. I'm going to step away from working out at my favorite place of the week, 24-hour fitness. Hopefully it won't take too long for figure out something, man. Man, oh man, this ain't what the topic is about, but I'm telling y'all, man, working out, loving yourself, and having the right people right there with you, my good brother D Perk, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. I missed 2 days and I already feel some type of way. Man, oh man. But that's not what the topic is about today. Topic today is about the unsung scholar. You know, I played many sides. I played many characters because I really hold the position to play all characters. And is what it is, I guess, when it comes to that. So y'all probably can't hear me too loud. I'm gonna go to the chat. Oh, I can't go to the chat. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. So you know, trying to figure out a way how to get in my chat and share, but it's really not giving me access to all that. So I'm gonna share with a couple of undesirables. Let me find my undesirables. Okay, so this is gonna be short. I only want people to come in for a short time. I just wanted to explain something. So I know everyone is pumped up on this Yahweh God thing right now. We're trying to figure out He created he, them, she, Lilith, or whatever. Talking about the creation of Adam and Eve and all this stuff that no one was there to witness. And you know, perspectives are garbage. No one is being genuine about the information. It's like, first off, if you're going to deal with revelations, the first days of the Bible, first days of creation, you know, you can go about it, you know what I'm saying? Berashit, you can deal with the Kabbalah way or the Torah and all that stuff in all those ways if you want, you know, or you can analyze it from the perspective the way that we read it today, which is in the English language, which means that you'll have to deal with Robert Grossa tests, you know. So in the Bible, in the Torah, and in the Quran, they all have the same old creation story. Might vary in different ways. One might be more fancy or something like that, but it's all the same thing. Oh, same thing. So it's like, if no one can tell us where man started, that means you'd have to explain to me how to create man from scratch. And the first thing they talk about is some dust and some hot bad breath being blown by a maniac, suicidal character. Then it's like, where do we go from there? Or can we deal with the fact that if you really want to get down to the bottom of creation of man, we're going to have to dig into what is our ecological purpose. You know, what real purpose do we serve to the, and only way you can really figure that out is by knowing exactly what we're supposed to digest and put back into the earth. You know, what exactly are we supposed to eat and drink? Um, then you'll have to get an understanding of flora and fauna. So it just so happens that I've been teaching this for years. It's just that people don't catch it, you know. So when I say frequency plus sound equals color, many people take it as some type of philosophy, and it's actually scientific based. It's pure engineering and technology. Let's remove the word science, because that's like saying Jesus Christ, Muhammad, Buddha, Krishna, and a whole lot of other Pokemon characters. So when you deal with engineering technology, that's when you can dig into what frequency plus sound equals color is really doing. And then you can pull out the actual purpose. And it's physical. It's something that you can see, you know. So when you can see that we have a connection with nature, but we are not plugged in, you know, yeah, then you can understand that who has that knowledge to plug us back in, get us back on the right path. I'm telling you, once we get an ecological reversion down, then we can revert back to our natural order in existence in these physical bodies. But if we're going to continue to follow lab coat scientists and Caucasian Christ characters, then it's going to be it. So, you know, a Caucasian said he looked up at the moon and said the moon has gravity. Caucasian Christ said the sun is 96 million miles away. And y'all believe that. So, what are you? Are you a Pan African or are you a Pan German? Are you a Pan African or are you a Pan Caucasian? Pan, and we'll deal with, you know, the words African being an insult and all that good stuff, and Pan being a half goat, half man. converted from Tapanta. From the story, he delighted all. So, that's on y'all. So when you dig into these things of ecological reversion, our largest organ is our skin. We have people who want to promote melanin, but when you look up what melanin is, it's goes to a fairy tale talking about atoms and all kind of other bogus nonsense. But when you deal with keratin, then you're getting with something. You're getting into something physical, something you can see. It's not going to be an animated rendition created by some weirdos with some CGI techniques, engineering and technology. So if we're going to really look into these things, we need a better perspective. You know, and that's tying into the key components of the 5 steps to building a civilization. And that'll be number 4, which is GDBD4, geodynamics and biodynamics. You have to get to the dynamics of it before you could deal with friction, fiction, fusion, flora, and fauna, what I call F5. So it's like we have this thing, and most of us use it, including myself, where I say someone is melanated, and someone say more melanated, or the standard third, and it goes into some philosophy or something that is not bio. It's not biology. It's philosophy. But when you talk about keratin, you're talking about biology, and you have to remove philosophy. No one wants to take that challenge. Coptic language was created in the late 19th century. The ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs and many of the temples in Egypt today, those were created in the 20th century. I can deal with all the other tourist attractions that are really creations of the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, some other families too that I won't mention. But they receive honors. They get poppy named after them. They get steles named after them. So sitting on this information and understanding that I go on these other channels, they cuss me out, they mute me, they block me, they kick me off. But the foundation on my position is unchallenged. And what they want to do is they want to run from these unchallenged situations. In Kimon trial, I gave a key to my Hebrew Israelite brothers. Ask them, do they know for a fact that what they're speaking is a language that the ancient ancestors of Egypt spoke? So Polite and the Three Stooges who participated with them, they didn't like that. So they didn't like it. That boom, and this whole debate we're having, they hit us with a linguistic question. People are hurt. It is what it is. So when we start pulling this stuff out, and I tell people that, yeah, petroglyphs are older than all this stuff, and I have my issues with petroglyphs, but I'll save that for a later date when I can examine petroglyphs for myself. And being that petroglyphs doesn't have a set standard of design and character, then it's like it's difficult because then you have to compare and match, compare and contrast. Then you have to figure out whatever dates they're slapping on it and see if these dates are lining up all around the world. But what I'm finding is it was a civilization that made the petroglyphs, then breaks down to the hieroglyphs. So if you're going to talk about that, you're going to have to start with petroglyphs and work your way to hieroglyphs. If you're dealing with great feats of buildings, of pyramids that we call Tatarian or whatever we want to call them, you're going to have to deal with megaliths. You're going to have to deal with effigy mounds. You're going to have to deal with things on a grand scale and look at the world a little different. And hopefully I have given a little insight on those who follow me, my Meta from MC Instagram page, sharing the information about petrified giants. Now, I don't care about whether people believe some giants really walk the earth, or if it is, that's not. The fact is that these things exist. The fact is that I find these things and I've been sharing these things. And not some Google Earth thing. I'm talking about showing people in person, in person. That look, this stuff is either whatever they say it is, or these are some ancient effigy mounds that our ancestors built. And it's a fun thing to look into. Then you deal right back into what goes into the Bible with creation. Then you start dealing with these things that are in the Bible. Like they say, the earth is full of sin. Then you look at the petrified giants and you're saying, damn, the whole world is a bunch of petrified giants in their skin, and them being killed, and all the blood and all the things in blood that's in our blood being in abundance on the earth and forming the different things and the minerals that we get out of it. And then the skin, going through whatever process it went through, hot, cold, ice, lava, or whatever, and becoming silt and different types of dirt. Another story too. Most people don't know a damn thing about dirt, which is very interesting. And being that of some ancient petrified creature's skin. There's so much to it. There's so many different things, whether someone believes it or not. That's beyond the point. But what happens is that goes right back into the Bible. Goes right back into the so-called God brought it over the waters. He said, "Let there be light." The word, and the word was good. And it's like, who wrote these things down? Like, who really wrote it? And what were they getting at? Peace, Big Dog Philly. What's going on, Big Dog Philly OG? And so when I started looking into this, and I started looking into when these so-called Bibles and stuff were created, I'm finding that a lot of them were created in the 20th century, and that these people were walking around in America observing these things and then making up some nonsense about it. So there's a missing link in the so-called creation of Earth in that goofy book we call the Bible, Quran, and Torah. And then there's physical things that we can actually see just looking into nature. And that's the end all be all about it. Anything else is philosophy. You can't physically show somebody something pertaining to some damn creation. And you're just philosophizing, you know? And, you want to be a proselytic, cool, no problem. But that's that. The same people who are dodging the challenges I have and will not address the fact that the very thing that they're talking about is bogus, that their very culture that they believe in, the Bantu, Congo culture and tradition, does not support the beliefs of a Pan-African. There's no people running around talking about they're atheists. They're talking about they believe in their deity, you know. Um, and when I see these Pan Africans come out, they don't they don't have anything to say about it. They have no sense of spirituality. They have no sense of the cosmology. They can't tell you anything about the traditions, their ceremonies, their initiation traditions, their rites of passage. They don't have any of this knowledge. And what they do have, they have articles. We have what our grandma said, and y'all have what y'all articles said. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna pick an article over your grandmother. Cool. We could say, well, what if your grandmother's wrong? What if she's going through dementia and all this stuff? But grandma is saying what her grandma said, and her grandma said, and her grandma said. But when we dig in your articles are not telling what the article said, what the article said, what the article said. When you get down to the source of your so-called articles, it's ridiculous philosophy. And none of it's in English, going past the 19th century. So there's a great deal of information that is being shunned out of the community. And people are making sure that you don't really hear it because you're going to have a cognitive dissonance. You're going to have a cognitive bias. And it's going to cause your brain to hurt. Just like some people dealing with the fact that gravity is fake. Globe Earth is fake. It hurts. For those who love NASA and believe in rocket ships and watch all these movies of the Star Trek and Star Wars stuff, and you really believe that stuff is going on, man, that's you're going to be hurt. The same thing with the Pan-Africans. So we have these ridiculous things going on. And now we have people that really want to shun on these things. They want to shun a light on these things and keep everyone out of it. And I feel that um, now I have to now I have to step up, because by next year talking is going to become null and void. It's going to be, what can you show and what are you doing? What can you do? What do you do for a living? What did you do for a living? Are you trying to just be on YouTube, just be on the screen, or are you trying to really be something? Do you want to be a person that will have a statue in front of a building, or do you want to be the person who has a grandchild that's the janitor in the building? I'm gonna leave a legacy, and I will leave nothing less than a legacy. That's why I step above and beyond, and dedicated myself to learning these things and learning different trades and skills and stuff like that. It takes a lot of discipline, um, and I feel that everyone can do it, but it is what it is. So, man, like I'm saying, I've been putting out these challenges about the Coptic language. You can find Coptic in the Mayan script. You can find Coptic in Aztec, Inca, Toltec, whatever names you want to mention, whatever symbols, whatever stuff. You're gonna find there's universal symbols. But I'm trying to step over here, y'all. I got an airplane right overhead, probably messing my signal up. Airplanes love going over the mountains and showing people what the mountains look like from that height. I know that personally for a fact. So you know, why would Chris Harris calling out everybody else run for me? He ran for me on the debate about Coptic. He's running from me in a debate about melanin and keratin. Sean P put out something about melanin, because I told people they don't know what melanin is, that you're on that Santa Claus, Jesus Christ, Caucasian Christ nonsense. That what you're talking about is keratin, and they're all baffled. And my other one is, anybody want to take a debate on the atom? The atom is fake. It's diatoms. So if anyone can step up that's heavy into that stuff, and we can do this. We can do it for money. We can do it for free. Don't matter to me. But the point is, why are people running from this? You take away the atom, you take away a lot of philosophy, you take away a lot of pseudoscience that people don't know is pseudo. You'll open the mind of the people. They're gonna learn something. They're definitely gonna learn something. There's something they can physically see. They can physically be shown. Or they can go into a lab and see for themselves. Or they can develop in their own house and look at it for themselves under a microscope. I'm about that life. And y'all just gotta stop running. So now I'm gonna start popping in and out of a lot of people's stuff. I'm gonna start popping out on Son Edder's channel and stuff like that. If he gets Ankh back on there, I'm definitely gonna start popping up on Ankh, giving him that work as usual. Brother Reggie gonna get that work as usual, and they're just gonna have to face it. They're just gonna have to face it, y'all. Anyway, I've gone over my time. I gotta get back to work. Things are off. They're getting back on track. Doing an economic reset. Getting things back in order. And when things are back in order, it's a wrap, man. It's a wrap. And it's like this. All you have to do is dedicate some time, man. Dedicate a month to learning a language. Dedicate a month to learning a new skill. And push yourself, Get it down. Learn it. Learn to do it. It's possible. Push yourself, you know. But anyway, y'all, man, I gotta go. Enjoy yourselves again. The challenges are out, man. It's the unsung scholar. I don't want to call myself no negative phrases of killer or anything like that. So I'm not gonna say killer at the end of that. I'm just gonna say unsung scholar. Because people want to make sure you don't know who I am, and I don't want to put my channel in jeopardy by changing the name to my viral channel's name, because that then it'll put my channel in jeopardy. I did it with my other channel. My channel started gaining more views, And I started getting more subscribers. And then within a month, channel was gone. So I'm stuck in between a rock and a hard place, but I know how to do this, and I does it well. So it's the only time, yo. It's the only time. So I mean, y'all, I'm kind of like warning y'all right now or whatever, but yeah, it's going down, man. So, hey, man, you get out the way, get ran over. Peace.